that. But he made it here to top 8. Winner here gets the top 4 and face the winner of the Andy match, which is happening this week as well. And we see split start in the Big Key of Hera at Sanctuary.
Yeah, whereas Willard started by cracking open Link's piggy bank for a single rupee.
Yeah, so we're going to see a slightly different routing here. Kyong going to go do Houlihan. Willard going to try to farm bombs here and take care of Kakariko that way. And gets very lucky with the two 50-50 pulls, which are actually decreased here in Expert.
Oh, yeah, and Kyong's just not wasting any time going for the Houlihan right away.
Just to map the race game, I doubt that Willard will spend his time and bomb to go get that, so he's going to head right up, see what's in the library, and then we'll go on. Meanwhile, Kyong finishes the Houlihan run. We see just the blue rupee in the library, so we will not be coming back here.
Yeah, it's interesting, in an all-dungeon key sanity seed, maps suddenly become worth a lot less, because if it's a defeat Ganon seed, then it's useful to know. It's your only way of knowing without beating the dungeon, whether it's a crystal or a pendant, but you're gonna have to beat it anyway. Whoa, Moon Pearl there.
Very early Moon Pearl here in the back of the tavern, and yeah, to your point, the maps aren't as relevant. It's always good to know if it's a pendant or a crystal for reasons like pedestal or GT items, but for the most part, you're going to be completing all the dungeons anyway, so you don't really need to know the information early. Blue Boomerang in the chicken hut, just rupees at Uncle's chest. We'll see what Uncle has for us. Again, we're doing a swordless, so we know there will not be any sword here.
And Kyong also showed us that, oh, it would have been a sword on Uncle.
It actually was a sword. This is a green 20. In swordless mode, the 4 swords that would be in the pool have been replaced by those 20 rupees that are not red, just a green rupee that has a 20 neck.
Yeah, between this being swordless and expert, there have been a lot of items replaced in the pool. There are no armor upgrades. They've been replaced with regular red rupees, rather than the special green 20s. Once the first shield upgrade is found, the other 2 are also replaced with red rupees. And then 10 heart containers, 4 pieces of heart, half magic were all removed and replaced with blue rupees. And if I'm forgetting anything, let me know.
Well, that's it for the item drops, but the other things to consider here for expert mode, as we find a small key to ice, which you just really need 1 to make routing ice convenient, is that these runners, the boomerang that he has will not stun enemies, the hook shot does not stun enemies, so we're dealing with a very low percent here, as Willard gets almost enough rupees to get the bottle vendor and be able to clear out most of Kak here. Gets the big key to Swamp, which just opens up 1 item. It's not required to beat the dungeon.
Yeah, so the boomerangs are practically useless in expert mode, while the hookshot still has uses, obviously, of moving around, but also temporary invincibility while an enemy walks over you if you have the hookshot extended. That still works.
Yeah, so let's see what's in Blind's basement here. Map for T-Rock, that's nice to know. A flute, so we'll be able to activate the duck nice and early here. Just money and just arrows, so the flute's a very nice find. Be able to traverse the overworld much faster and get into activated while you're here in Kakariko is always great. And the lamp, so we're not going to be dealing with dark.
For swordless expert, this seed's being reasonably friendly with items.
Just missing a hammer. Oh, there's a Cane of Samaria, which Willard's about to get as well, so there's at least something that resembles a weapon.
Hey, it's enough to defeat Blind with.
Yep, and as we learned today, watching Willard practice, they can actually defeat Mothula as well. It just takes a long time.
Yeah, how many hits does Moth take? Because at least Blind, it doesn't matter what weapon you use, it's 9 hits, period.
Yeah, the Cane of Samaria, you're going to need to hit it 16 times, so it's not exactly the fastest kill.
While not knocking him onto any spikes.
Correct. See, Kyong going to finish off Kakariko here. Willard going to go into the Lost Woods with these last 2 item checks. and we'll see where we go from here. Compass, which Willard will not go to pick up. Compass is all they do in Key Sanity is tell you how many items are going to start in dungeon, but I'm pretty sure these runners can count. And 20 rupees in the drop down. Willard is done with his West Side Light World check, and we'll see where he goes from here.
So it's worth noting, just in terms of how good these runners are, Willard's been dominating swordless mode, as we discussed, and Kyong has been dominating the whole tournament. He is the only player who was completely undefeated in the group round, and he's only lost once so far in brackets.
It looks like Willard's going to go do Houlihan himself here. So these runners are going to be pretty much on the same exact route, except Willard has not checked the uncle area of the castle.
And I believe Kyong did also pull the blue boomerang out of Kakariko while he was going through there. I'm not seeing it on the tracker, though.
Yeah, I think he did, but we'll find out for sure once he gets to the menu screen, as Willard heads over to South Shore.
So we get our first peek at South Shore here. Oh, no, I guess Kyong was in South Shore.
Kyong did not go to South Shore yet, so Willard gets the big key for Skullwoods. Just like the big key for Swamp, only opens up one item for us.
See, that's why I thought Kyong had... Okay, Kyong's going in there now. For some reason, I thought we had seen the Skullwoods big key, but I guess not.
And another sword, quote-unquote, here in the dam. Willard's going to collect it. He's going to see if he can get to 500 so he can go visit Zora if he gets a chance. Nice bomb drop from the bush crabs. We'll probably put those bombs to use here in Mini Moldorm Cave. Even the bombs, well, we can't use the cane without the magic, so yeah, we're going to see the bombs in full effect here in the Mini Moldorm.
Have to be a bit careful with those bombs when you only have 3 hearts.
Yep, we see a mushroom here. It opens up with just one other item, another fetch quest, as some people like to call it. And the bug net, which is actually a really good find here when we're dealing with all dungeon swordless, because that is definitely the safest weapon to use to kill Agony.
Yeah, with swordless mode, the game makes it so that you can deflect Aga's shots with the hammer, but it's definitely tougher than doing it with the bug net.
Yeah, everybody knows when the bug net swag from when they were a kid, when they were at Red Nintendo Power, 25 years ago. But yeah, in Randomizer, it's adapted so that the hammer can be used as well, but the bug net's still the much safer. That's the only use for the bug net, though, because in expert mode, we cannot catch fairies with them. So I'm going to skip Ice Rod Cave, as it's only a map to Eastern. He's going straight to Agina's Cave.
The hammer has also been adapted to fill the function of the sword in swordless mode in a few other places, such as pulling from tablets. And despite the bug that was recently discovered in the randomizer, where in sword mode the tablets can't have progression items, in swordless mode they still can, so hopefully the runners remember to check the tablets if they happen upon one and have the book.
Yeah, and the same goes for, I believe, Aghanim, that you could use the hammer along with the cape to get through the barrier. And a third sword. Well, it's going to hard reset here and save that mushroom to use the fake powder glitch if he has to later in the seed. Once he gets the hammer, that'll be available to him. We're just going to head over to the castle. We'll see if he can do escape here. He's not going to have enough magic to really utilize the Cane of Samaria too much. but he will definitely be able to perhaps bomb his way through. And Kyong also hard resets after turning the mushroom in and getting nothing. He is going to do the same strategy that Willard is planning with the fake powdered lid.
Did Willard just get nothing from the tree pull, or did he give up on the tree pull?
He pulled nothing because he did not kill an enemy since he actually hard reset instead of saving quitting.
Oh, right, there was the hard reset. Kyong showed us earlier that the tier 1 pull is a bunch of 5 arrows, so it's a really good way to restock arrows.
Yeah, and Willard also showed another tier, which was single rupees when he was in the Lost Woods.
Oh, so Willard's going to do the whole escape.
Yeah, with the lamp, it's going to be a little easier to get back here. And it makes sense to do this first, because you can get all the way to the back 3 chests here, and then Death Warp back to the front, and finish off the first part of escape.
And without the glove, it's their only way to see the back of escape. Looks like Kyong might be doing the same thing.
Yep, definitely looks like. I think we're running out of spots to check. Well, I mean, we obviously could check, Eastern Palace and Sahasra's Closet. Willard is not going to go. Oh, because he doesn't have the key yet.
And Kyong's going downstairs instead.
Yeah, right. You do need the Castle Tower small key, which is shuffled within the rest of the keys in Key Sanity to be able to open that door in the back. So, not going to get much there. You could potentially steal a key from like this guard here that Kyong's fighting now and logic break that area, but it's not the most safe play to make. I don't think you can get soft locked, but that's not something I would highly recommend.
No, you just wouldn't be able to go to the bottom of the basement.
While this escape is proving not to have too much for these runners.
Nope, the only place left to check is Zelda's cell. Which Zelda comes pre-rescued from thanks to the magic of open mode.
To see the pot tossing strat because we have no other real easy weapon and it only takes 2 pots to take care of the ball and chain guard. He's going to set up the Death Warp, get the 10 bombs that have been added to the randomizer, and take the Death Warp and probably go do what Willard did already, which is the Dark Cross room.
Willard, I imagine, will save and quit. Oh, actually, he did a hard reset.
Hard reset.
What's the advantage of doing a hard reset there?
I don't know if it doesn't save a key, I don't think. Because you don't get a key from doing back of escape.
No, unless he now wanted to go back in and steal the key.
Yeah, maybe that's definitely something he could do. That's a very corner case that can come up. He's going to, however, fake flipper and check what's going on here on Lake Hylia Island and potentially go. He's going to go straight up to Zora and then walk, and then do the water walking to make it faster around here. So, and he gets stuck in the whirlpool. The key steal could be very important if there is a glove back there, and Logic wants you to kill Aghanim first before you go get that glove. It can save you a little bit of time. Not too much because we're dealing with all dungeons anyway, but it's definitely something.
So it gets the first bottle of the seed.
Yeah, that bottle is out of Logic. We do need the flippers to get that bottle. And I was going to walk on water to get all the way up to Hobo and check what's on the island as Kyong heads over to Sahasra's Closet. find out that the green pendant is Hera, which we already have the big key for, and we have the lamp. We just need the hammer to kill Moldorm. And we do find a power glove along with the pod big key and the magic cape. So that's some Aghanim puzzles here.
Yeah. We also need the mirror to get up to Tower of Hera.
Yeah, but the magic cape and the lamp early definitely screams that maybe we need to kill Aghanim to get into the Dark World to get that hammer. Definitely a possibility, but we still do need to find the 2 small keys for Castle Tower in order to do. But there could be a required item in that first chest in Castle Tower.
Which is now in Logic.
Correct. As Kyong heads over to Eastern Palace, and we can do everything but kill the boss here, just like you can do in most early randomizers.
Yeah, Swordless and Expert don't change what places are locked. Though Expert does change the effect of silver arrows, they cannot be used except in Ganon's room.
Yeah, that's also true for hard mode. That's not just Expert. Oh, Willard is going to... is going to get there? No, it's not. He got bullied by 2 dead rocks in one area.
And unfortunately, until you return the old man home, you respawn with him in the cave.
And, okay, if this was not a swordless seed and this is normal mode, Kyong would have Butter Sword already. As the 4th quote-unquote sword is in the eastern part of Eastern Palace.
Yeah, that's really ridiculous. How often do you see all 4 sword upgrades in the Light World?
Small key to T-Rock, not really important at this point because we are so far away from actually getting access to Turtle Rock. And our first hint, a unique item can be bought. That was the Cane of Samaria. Pretty sure that's the only item that can be, the only straight up item that can be bought in this game.
Well, Zora could also have something.
That's true. Okay, sorry. A map needs fire in Tower of Hera, so we will not need the Tower of Hera's small key.
No coffee breaks today.
Unless there's something in the Tower Room in GT. Alright, if Kyong doesn't find the Titan's Mitts or the hammer here, we could be looking at going into Aga Tower for one item just to continue on here.
Or else having to check Zora or Regina, which are the 2 checks runners really don't like to make because they're orphaned.
Kyong has already checked Agina's cave, so it's either Zora or it's going to be the first chest in Aga Tower.
Oh, I totally missed him going into the desert.
Yeah, he fluted there instead of Ice Rock Cave, then he went back to Ice Rock Cave later. But back of escape. With the Power Glove, we can do this.
And now, as you say that, Willard picks up his Power Glove.
There's 3 more checks here that could definitely have our Dark World progression. Just a blue rupee, and a blue rupee. Well.
Yeah, you see a lot of blue rupees in expert mode with all the places they've been substituted for removed items.
Alright, Kyong probably going to head to Death Mountain now, because he's running out of place to check. Willard doing Eastern, he was also going to be, unfortunately, not finding what he's looking for here. So it looks like, I think, we're down to just that first chest in Aga Tower.
And Zora. Though Willard's starting to get close to Zora money. So to answer chat, yes, Kyong checked Agina. Agina didn't have anything.
Yeah, Willard has not been to Agina just yet, but Kyong has, and I believe it was just 20 rupees or something. Yeah, we did see there's a small key on top of Spectral Rock, so once we get the mirror, we can grab that and see what that is.
And even though it's out of logic, I wonder if either runner will just try Hobo to see if it happens to have anything.
Willard has already been to Hobo, and it was nothing, so it's not going to be there. So it looks like Kyong is now going to head over to... he's going to flute again. And he's going to farm rupees to go to Zora.
Yeah, at least he only needs to do one round of farming.
Yeah, you get a quick 50 here in the desert, and then you can probably flute over to 2 and walk up to Zora, or you can fake flip her up from fluting to 8. I'm gonna grab a little extra more because probably thinking Palace of Darkness might be a dip you might have to do.
Yeah, I guess better safe than sorry with Pod, but... If I suddenly got Dark World access, it wouldn't be my first destination.
No, it'll probably more than likely be Village of Outcasts, or we'll see where they go from here.
So Willard's probably going to do Back of Escape now.
Yep, he'll get his 15 rupees of shame. Kyong is going to check the Hobo. Again, out of logic, but it's nothing. And we're down to 2 spots. And Kyung's heading to one of them now, and that's Zora. Let's see if Willard goes to the other one. He's taking a flute out, so it's probably not. Looks like they're both going to probably go to Zora here. Oh, Willow's going to turn in that bottle.
Right, sick kid.
The bottle is out of logic. So if we find something good here, we know it's behind. Well, potentially behind flippers. Could have been a bottle leading to that, but it's just 20 rupees, so nothing there.
Well, it puts Willard really close to Zora money.
And he's going to check Agina's cave now.
In which case he will have Zora money.
Yeah, unless this was arrows. It could have been arrows here. But Kyung's going to head up to Zora, so we're down to 2 spots here, and Zora is one of them. Let's see what's on the ledge here, and that's a big key, so we're going to have to come back here with Flipper.
Oh, it was arrows.
Alright, so Will's going to find 2 rupees here somewhere if he wants to get this item from Zora, which is a small key. Is this Castle Tower?
Yes.
It is Castle Tower. Okay, now we open 2 chests in Castle Tower.
And if one of them has the other Castle Tower key, then I think that's a pretty strong AGA signal.
Yeah. This is definitely, I mean, we're out of locations here at this point. Kyung's also going to check Sick Kid. Willard got his... He's missing 2 rupees. He's going to probably... Okay, he's going to farm him from the guy up here. The 615 leaves it. And now he's off to
Yeah,
Zora,
he's
where
not-
we'll get.
I was just going to say he's not trying to pad his wallet at all.
Yeah. I think Kyong just found out the other tier pull, which was the one that Willard found earlier, the single rupees. Kyung's gonna farm on magic. I think because he might run out of magic if he tries to go through the barrier with that little. In expert mode, the cape burns magic very quickly.
Yeah, I think it's 3 times normal speed.
3 or 4, it's really fast. He's gonna farm a little more here.
And I've in fact seen runners get stuck when they were in harder expert mode and tried to get into Castle Tower and wound up not having enough magic.
Alright, so we got 2 chests up here we can check in Castle Tower. If we find the second Castle Tower key, we will have Dark World access. It involves killing Aghanim with the bug net. Which, actually, the bug net is not on our tracker this time around because it's key sanity. We needed to cut some things from the tracker, and that's one of them. And you see how fast the magic goes when Kyung uses that magic cape.
Yeah, basically cut his magic meter in half.
Got it. We have to use bombs, Samaria strats here on these guards. This is going to be fun. How many bombs does it take to kill these guys? 4? Jeez.
Looks about 4.
There's Can of Samaria in this room. Try to take out these guys.
Hopefully these guys are a
Get
bit
bopped here.
easier.
There's a blue rupee, so 1 chest left. Let's see how Willard fares against these two guards. He has the green
He's going
potion.
straight for Samaria.
Yeah, Samaria fades away after like 3 or 4 hits.
Yeah, I think it's 4. And the green potion and expert. Oh, there's the hammer.
Yep, there's the hammer.
Progression.
So this was all required. This game required you to kill these ball and chain guards with whatever you have here. And Willard, hope he remembers to use bombs here. It looks like he is. All right, one
But
down.
I was about to say, green potion in expert mode only restores 1/4 of your magic meter.
Yeah, not much at all. Enough to use Samaria some more times, and getting that small refill there will allow him to use Samaria on this next room. But Kyong is the first one to the Dark World with that hammer. And Willard has to be careful, doesn't lose to these guys. Because then he has to fight those ball and chain guards again. If he gets through, still down to 1 heart as Kyong heads over to Hype Cave.
Yeah, we've seen, 1 or 2 pieces of heart this whole seed so far?
Yeah, there's not many. Big key to
Desert
desert, yeah. Another pod small, and there's your piece of heart. We still don't have a heart container yet, as Willard's being extra careful here. He does not want to take a death. Alright, he got it. He got to the hammer. Alright, we're going to get the information on the 6-7 crystals, Eastern, and Pod. Well, there you go. Bow's pretty required for the Pyramid Fair.
Of course, there's usually a hint about the Pyramid Fairy somewhere in the seed, so they might find out whether it's needed before having to check it.
Yeah, but knowing that those 2 crystals are definitely good. Eastern, all you need is the bow and the big key to finish it. Both these runners have already been in there. Pod, we're still going to need some keys and the bow. We already got the big key for Pod.
And for whatever it's worth, Willard showed us that Turtle Rock is a crystal.
Alright, so we know 3 of our crystals here. Kyung's going to see what's on the pyramid here, as Willard goes to Hype Cave himself. Ooh, that's a medallion.
Bombos.
Vamos.
Now, the thing about medallions in expert mode is they can only be used in certain locations to open up Mire and T-Rock and in a few rooms in Ice Palace.
Yeah, well, when we go into Ice Palace, you'll see the Bombless Medallion on the floor in the first room and in the double Freezor room. The rooms with Freezors where you have to kill them to advance, you can use Bombos, and because you usually need a sword to use Bombos, here you don't have to. You just use Red.
And also in Cold Stairs room.
Oh, Kyong just got sniped there by an enemy head up to Catfish, and it's going to take him a while to get back up there. You know, Willard's heading the other direction. He's going to go to Stumpy and then over to...
He'll probably try Shovel Game.
Yeah, well, he's going to need to play the archery game in order to play Shovel Game. He needs a few more rupees.
Oh yeah, what's Shovel Game, like 70 or 80?
And Kyung's going to do the aforementioned... powder glitch. Sorry, just keep my mind for a little bit. But yeah, here we go. We have everyone's favorite game in inverted mode, but we see here, and we need rupees whenever we need it, the archery game.
And the way the powder glitch works is if you try to use Samaria without any magic, and then switch to the mushroom while the game is buzzing at you, it thinks you're using the powder.
Yeah, and unfortunately only arrows from the magic bat.
I think that first spot Willard shoveled is not part of the game.
I think it is. That's the only spot that's not on the main grid. Or it could be just swag, you never know.
Either way, this is a long dig game, and only for some bombs.
Just get some more rupees here, try to find some more magic, and save and quit, and we'll see where he goes from here as Kyong heads over to Lost Woods. He's going to use the portal here in Kakariko to get to the Dark.
Well, the extra shoveling wound up useful for Willard since he got that big 20 at the last minute. He now has Kiki money and a bit to spare.
It looks like he's going to follow in Kyung's footsteps and head over to the Dark World here. He's going to get some more rupees here by turning into Gold B to the bottle vendor, getting a nice little 100 rupee.
Well, that should last him the rest of the seed. Not counting potion purchases.
Yeah, but then again, potion purchases aren't the most effective here in expert mode. You only refill 1 heart and 1/4 magic with said potion.
Kyong has already found both of the items in Skull Woods, and it's just money.
This is Key Sanity, so there's a few more items we can find here. But
sorry.
One thing that will not change is what this chest here is. To prevent soft locks, this will always be Skullwood Small Key. As Willard does not go to Skullwood just yet, he's going to go down to Village of Outcast.
Just more blue rupees.
Let's see if this big key has anything up. Small key for desert. That's pretty good. Opens up 2 items in desert.
Yeah, now all they need is the book and potentially the boots to get there.
And we
Speaking of the book.
The book. That could be our access to desert. We're just going to do front 4 here in Thieves Town. He can't do anything else in here without any. He has no keys.
Well, I mean, with the book and the desert keys and the... well, I guess Willard hasn't gotten the desert small key, but he'll probably go into Skullwood sooner rather than later.
Yeah, desert is pretty completable here. Hammer is a great way to kill Moldworm.
Unless
Or
there's
Landmo.
something valuable on the torch.
Yes, but again, with a small key and a big key, we can fully clear it, except for what's on that torch.
Yeah.
The odds of that torch having anything and required is a lot less in Key Sanity, because a lot less chance of a key being on there than in normal mode, because there's a 2 in 6 chance of a key being there in a regular. Alright, nothing here in the front 4 of Thieves Town, so Willow's gonna Death Warp. Oh, we see Evil Homer for a little bit. Let's see what's here on Bumper Ledge. The Flippers. We're gonna have to grab those. Oh, but Kyung takes a death to the Pterodactyl.
Murderdactyl, I believe.
Yeah. And there's another potion, green, for Willard in the C-shaped house. Oh, Kyung's he's gonna probably be going back, and he's gonna eventually get those flippers, but he'll probably also check those outcasts here.
Willard's just about to see where the flippers are.
Kyung found the Titan's Myths somewhere. I must have missed them. I guess they were in Skullwood. Willard's going to try to do the same thing that Kyung just did and avoid those dactyls, and he does avoid them.
Yeah, the thing is that the Murderdactyls take 3 hearts on green male, and as you may have noticed, both of our runners still only have 3 hearts, so they're effectively one-hit KO.
Yeah, I think they actually do 4. They're actually one of the stronger enemies in the entire game. And Kyung going to try not to fall victim to it again. And let's see, Willard heads over to Skull Woods now. It would be a smart play, because we know that's where the Time Intimates are.
Yeah, looks like he is, since he's in the area.
Yep, I'm pretty sure that we missed it, that it was in the vanilla big key chest here. And, oh, and Kyung takes another death to the Murderdactyl. Alright, Murderdactyl 2, Kyung 1.
At least it was after getting the flippers this time.
Yeah.
Oh, and Willard's going straight for the vanilla big key chest.
Yeah, do this first. I like this play because you're not going to be able to go in the back anyway unless you find Fire Rod here.
And especially if you have Cane of Samaria, you can do it pretty quickly.
Sure enough, there are those Titan's Myths. We missed them the first time around. Kyung heading over to the Mire area where there's another Murderdactyl, and we find Quake is required for Mire. We're now probably going to finish the front half of Skull here, where we can find a small key to Mire. Pretty useless here. And bombs, again. Well, Kyung had no bombs, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, the thing about Mire and Key Sanity is you can find enough keys under pots to get through it.
Yeah, finding one key is enough to comfortably route your way through without having to worry about the key logic. Oh, Willard, well, it's not going to hurt him too much. He's going to go for a little spin, but respawn in the same area. But that was a Japanese 1.0 exclusive downside. If you're falling, they still hit you. The fire bars, or what you find sometimes in the end of this dungeon, the wall masters will still grab you even if you're falling.
Yeah, so you'll notice a lot of runners will hesitate before they jump into Mothula just to make sure the wall masters dropped and can't get them as they fall. So Kyung now retracing Willard's footsteps through Thieves Town, while Willard retraces Kyung's footsteps through Skull Woods.
Yeah, Willard's almost done here with Skull, and he doesn't have much to check left that Kyung's check.
I'm gonna guess he might try Desert next once he gets the key here. Oh, he didn't.
Well, he
Does he for? Has he for? Oh, he can't bomb jump, right?
yeah. So he's gonna do this. He can't bomb jump with only one heart, so he's gonna do this the intended route.
Or the semi-intended route, since he'll still skirt around the pits.
Yeah. Well, save 5 seconds. And gets to it. So he'll definitely be going to desert here.
Yeah, this is when it's really nice to have the flute, because desert is such a hike otherwise. Oh, and Kyong taking another death.
Well, that was a
Oh,
death
but
warp.
that was an intentional death warp.
Yeah. That was to get out of Thieves Town, and we'll see where he's going to next. C-shaped house. But I guess we can do the Smith chain and hammer pegs. Now we have Titan Smiths and hammer. Yes, chat, this is swordless mode, and if it wasn't swordless mode, they found all 4 of their swords already. So... Alright, first look here in Desert Palace. We'll see what's in here. Well, unique items in the first chest. And we see the most common item in expert mode, the blue rupee. Kyong he's gonna take this route to go check the so he's gonna do the reverse way of how Willard got here, which was do digging game, then do Stumpy.
Yeah, the thing about blue rupees is they're even more common in expert mode than they're supposed to be, because in version 29, there were the capacity upgrades that could be found in chests, and in hard and expert they were replaced with blue rupees. But now capacity upgrades are back in the vanilla location, but they didn't take the blue rupees out of the mix in version 30.
Alright, anyway, we now have our 4th heart container on Willard's side, as he found one here in Desert. Meanwhile, Desert has been a little bit of a bust here so far, but we still do have... I missed one on the torch, but I don't think it was anything relevant. And the hint was a joke hint, so that's definitely not a relevance.
Yeah, I was too busy reading the joke hint to see what was on the torch.
Did you know the 10th enemy has the bomb?
Why, in fact, I did.
Anyway, we're off to kill our first boss of this game. It will be Landmola. And chat confirmed for us that it was just a blue rupee on torch, so we will not need to come back here with boots for anything.
To address chat, they've already been through Aga's Tower with the cape.
Yeah, they needed to go into Aga's Tower to get the hammer, and they have to come back once they find the second Castle Tower key. So they don't have to go back to Aga Tower until the very end of the game, so at least they don't have to worry about that.
Which is good, because beating Aga gives you a full health and magic refill, which is nice when you're about to jump into Ganon.
Yeah, especially when you have to use a hammer with green mail to kill Ganon.
Well, since it's expert mode, they'd have to use spin attacks otherwise, so arguably the hammer is no worse than having to do 24 spin attacks with the Master Sword.
I think the hammer is actually faster, albeit you might die a little bit more. Anyway, there was a small key to pod at the Black. And we're going to start with the bomb strats here, and then switch to hammer.
But he planted the second one too early, it looked like.
Yeah, I'm going to be a little careful. He's they do a half-hearted damage every time, so he has 4 more hits to give. And the hammer hitbox is notoriously poor, especially when going up. But he got a nice triple hit on that one.
That was a nice triple.
So one of the benefits for practicing expert mode a lot is you get really good with hammer strats on some of these bosses. And down goes Landmo. And we get the hook shot. All right, that's going to get us access to the east side of Death Mountain, and those Titans bits that Willer does have, even though the tracker doesn't show it. We will get access to pretty much all of Death Mountain, including Tower of Hera. So we can also finish Hera with what we got.
And we're now just a mirror short of being able to do Swamp.
Full clear Swamp once we find. Oh, we also need a Swamp Small Key.
Oh, right.
You know, just another ice rod to find.
Yeah.
There's a lot of quote-unquote ice rods to look for in Key Sanity. That and the Ganis Tower Big Key.
I was about to say the GT Big Key used to be the worst of them, but now it's guaranteed to have a hint somewhere in the game.
Yeah.
It's just up to the runners to find it.
Yeah, and most of the hints are within reason to find. The only one that's really out of the way is the one in Dark Shopping Mall, but you can always just go over there if you really, really need to, but I doubt we will.
Well, in inverted mode, it's a lot easier to get to Dark Shopping Mall and you actually see it, but yeah, outside of inverted mode, very few runners take the trek.
Alright, Willard's going to take that hook shot, and he's going to head over to the east side of Death Mountain. There's a lot of items waiting over here to be picked.
Yeah, 7 items here in Paradox Cave, and there's the 1 item in Spiral Cave, and as we discussed, Tower of Hera is also open for business. And Arc Death Mountain.
First look at Paradox Cave, not much. The Compass of Hera, well, it's not really useful.
Yeah, the only thing the compass does is tell you how many chests you've looted in the dungeon. As you can see on Kyong's screen right now, since he has the compass for Desert, he's gotten 4 out of 6 items.
Map of Pod, we already know that Pod is a Pyramid Fair Crystal, Red Boomerang, just as the blue one.
So a whole lot of junk in Paradox Cave.
Yep. We're gonna see the bomb jump. And we're going to go up to probably check the Dark World. Or maybe Hera first, then do Dark World. That probably makes more sense.
Yeah, and check Ether Tablet while he's over there. Because I know he knows that tablets can still have useful items in swordless mode because he was talking about it yesterday.
Yep, Kyung gets the hook shot. We see on Willard's side that the floating island does have a small key, so again, another small key locked by that mirror.
And speaking of keys, they haven't gone back for the big one on Zora Ledge yet.
No, that is open to them now. They did find those slippers on a bumper ledge. And we'll see if Ether Tablet has anything. Again, in Swordless can, however, not this time. And we'll go ahead into Tower of Hera.
And junk. And we know there's a map in the other basement, so we won't be heading there.
Another joke hint.
Delicious Plogues.
Big Key of Ice. Logically required for these runners, only needed for the big chest. So they found all 3 of the big keys that are quote-unquote not necessary. They've already utilized one of them, which did have the small key for Desert, which turns out wasn't needed.
Which also then means we know that big key on Zora Ledge is 100% necessary.
Yeah, that's going to be, well, what's left? We have Eastern, it could be Thieves, Meyer, T-Rock, or GT. Oh, the boots. Nice find. And he gets the house.
I love the numpty hint.
Another small key to pod, so I believe we're up to 3 that we've seen.
And that was really good timing to get the boots, too, because it meant that Willard could bonk off the area with the big chest.
Yeah. And we're going to see the hammer strats here on Moldorm.
Fortunately, it just takes 3 hits with the hammer to get him.
And there you go, nice and easy.
Bit of chasing for that third hit.
Just bombs, but the green pendant, so we will now be able to see if Sahashala has anything. Plus those boots allows us not only fast movement, but 2 more item locations here in the light world, which Willard might be checking right away. But first, I think he's going to do Spiral Cave and Dark Death Mountain.
And the boots, again, were a very timely find here so that we can not have to walk the length of Spiral Cave.
Yeah, it's still not as safe without a sword, because you can't just dash through these enemies, you'll get bonked. But you can still run pretty fast and then quickly hookshot away the other enemies.
I remember that first time as a kid when I discovered that mini Moldorms were vulnerable to the hook shot. It felt so awesome.
And we're going to head into the Dark World here. As Kyong picks up his pair of boots. And Ice Palace is also a crystal.
So what do we have in Super Bunny today?
Not much, just the shield and 20 rupees.
The one shield of the game.
Well, all 3 exist, because that's just the only one you're going to see.
Well, yes, the other 2 have now magically turned into 20 rupee.
And the Bombus was required.
And if you blinked, you missed Kyong finishing off Moldorm.
Yeah, that was very fast. Hookshot Cave for Willard. Another big key. Thieves Town. So now Thieves Town. Well, we still need a small to get 1 chest, but we can now finish Thieves. And another big key. GT. Alright, we don't have to worry about that anymore.
That's always a relief. Unfortunately, still no mirror, so they may well need to come back to get the key off Floating Island.
Yep, though there's a really good chance that key's not going to be required. The only key that we really need here is keys for Team Rock and for Swamp.
Well, we're only at a few pod keys. They need, at a minimum, 1 more, assuming they do the Hammer Yum.
So what are we going to try to do this cave?
With the cave. Does he have... Yeah, he has green goo, so I think it's in logic. Yeah. Cape plus green goo puts it in logic.
Okay. Oh, it doesn't drain as fast in this cave, I guess.
Yeah, Cape's back to normal speed just to make it beatable at all.
And he's using the knowledge of the game so that he can stand right above the torch and not get hit by the spikes. So very good. Unfortunately, she has a compass and he hard reset.
And notice also in that cave that green goo does do a full magic restore for the same reason, just to make sure the cave's finishable.
Yeah, and he hard resets to save that green potion. Kyong is going to open up Turtle Rock here. He has that Bombos. And Willard's going to head over to... Looks like he's going to do that King's Tomb and Bonk Rocks check now. Kyong, he can do a little bit in Turtle Rock, I think.
Wait, he hard reset. When was the last time he saved?
He saved and quit after Hookshot came. Oh, there's the mirror. Good timing. Okay. But yeah, he hard reset after getting the last key in Hookshot Cave.
Okay, I didn't realize that. I had a momentary panic that, oh my god, he had just lost Tower of Hera.
Please, Willard's dumb, but he's not that dumb.
You can tell him that when we interview him after the race.
Oh, he knows. Oh, and the Ice Rod. Okay.
Well, the Ice Rod-like items are falling one by one.
Yep, well, it's left the swamp small, I think.
Yeah, sounds right.
Alright, we're gonna see if Lumberjack had anything. We can get the item. Oh no, we can't get the item yet, but we can once we kill Aga, which we need another Castle Tower small key for. Hey, that's another Ice Rod. And it is just a heart piece.
Yeah, and the thing about Castle Tower small keys is entirely too often in Key Sanity they seem to wind up in GT.
Alright, so Kyle's gonna enter Bombs in Plain Sight. Well, we already knew that. Where was it again?
Pyramid.
That's right. Willard does not have that yet, so he's going to have to go to the Pyramid eventually to grab that. Kyong got the hint about that, and he's gonna... It's funny, you need to find Bombos to get the hint about Bombos. Nice game, huh?
Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna get
it does that a lot. Like, there was a hint about Quake after they used Quake to open Turtle Rock a few days ago.
Small key to Thieves. Willard is happy about that. Meanwhile, a vanilla small key, literally, here in Turtle Rock.
And Willard, while he was up there, didn't get the small key on Floating Island.
No, he's going straight to Thieves Town. He'll probably come back up here later when he does a little bit of... when he wants to go to Turtle Rock. Young's to be careful here with the pokey. Oh, and he takes a death. Well, Willard now has the small key to Thieves and the big key to Thieves. He can now fully clear this dungeon. Well, Kyong going back into Turtle Rock. He's going to try to make his way over to that chain chomp chest here. And he can go a little further now with that extra small key here.
Yeah, because then you can get the key off the pokey downstairs and either go into... Oh, no, I guess...
Oh, gosh.
Oh. I miscounted.
You know what? This mode that Willard chose is actually going to end up paying off here because it looks like Kyong is not well-versed in the Swordless.
Yeah, I guess Willard has really, really practiced Swordless to an extent that just about anyone else hasn't.
And by the way, shoutouts to BBubE2. Thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. Let's see what this hint is. And Bugnet requires a bomb. Well, we already got that. Alright, Kyong finally gets his way and finds a small key to ice. He's not going to take the other key for... Yeah, he's not going to take the other key from the pokey just yet. And something tells me if this goes to Game 3, Kyong is vetoing Swordless, just like pretty much all of Willard's opponents have been doing. The big key to Eastern. Well, we still need the bow, but that's a very good find for Willard, of course.
Hey, if you want to think evil thoughts, you could think about a vanilla bow.
Well, yeah, that's the one item we can get to, and that's very, very far out of the way, so it'd definitely be one of the last things these runners do.
That would mess with their minds. We're gonna see hammer pegs now on Kyong's side.
Unfortunately, with swordless, we can't hammer dash like you see in sword modes, because if you try to hammer dash, you bong.
Yeah, item dashing requires being able to hold up the sword first.
But he gets rewarded with a small key. Unfortunately, it's useless. Kyong has a purple chest. Again, does not have the mirror just yet. He hasn't checked the boots locations to get both the mirror and the ice.
Yeah, that's another...
Oh my!
Oh!
Hello, that small key for Thieves, so required. The bow is sitting in Thieves Town big chest.
Thieves Town, now with your complete Eastern Palace package.
Speaking of which, Kyong is heading that way now. Well, he's going to turn to green pen, it looks like.
And they could theoretically march in and beat Helmasaur in Pod if they weren't interested in getting the items.
Yeah, we have 2 small keys. Sahashala just a map, though it's a map where it doesn't really have a scene yet, so you never know.
Very nice Samaria strats on blind so far by Willard.
Yeah, trying to avoid the fireballs, the dancing heads. Samaria definitely probably a much safer weapon than the hammer, just on blind though.
All he needs is one more hit,
Oof.
but pause buffering and hookshotting.
Yeah, he didn't want to get hit by the fireballs, they only do 1, but the heads deal 2, so he's trying to avoid that. As Kyong is now going to grab his mirror and his ice rod here.
And Willard completes his 3rd dungeon.
And one thing I have noticed in at least V30 of Sanity, you saw it in Turtle Rock, in both Turtle Rock and in Eastern Palace, you might see the vanilla small key in there a little bit more often than usual.
So I guess Willard's gonna check Cave 45 now.
Yep, definitely seems like a logical play, and probably do Swamp. Oh, you can't do Swamp, we still missing the small key for Swamp.
Well, he could go in to check the first chest and the hint.
Yeah. Doesn't seem too bad of a play. Another heart container, always nice, in expert mode especially.
Yeah, expert. You'll see them spend the 5 seconds to pick up those pieces of heart.
And he's gonna do the Smith chain now. So he'll get Smith chain leads to a small key to pod, I think. So this is definitely gonna work out for Willard, especially if he wants to go do pod at this point.
And since he has the mirror, he'll probably check Bombos when he goes and returns the purple chest.
Yeah, that is something that Kyong has not checked because he did not have the mirror when he turned the purple chest in.
Wonder if Willard will also fake powder while he's in the neighborhood.
Definitely a possibility.
The thing is, it's a bit of a pain to replenish magic in expert.
Kyong again getting victimized by swordless mode, dashing right into an enemy here in the Dark World. Picks first.
Yeah, he's gonna find his worthless key in here. Kyong is now going back to where in the Dark World? Finish Thieves Town?
Well, doesn't have the small key yet.
Well, he could still do everything but the big chest.
Yeah, well, that would be really bad.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
If he does that, this race might well be over, I think.
In this seed, you don't want to orphan that chest.
Alright, he's gonna do Graveyard Ledge here, which is a spot that Willard hasn't checked yet, I don't believe.
Oh, well, it is fake powdering.
Yeah, again, nothing required here, but good to get out of the way. That's weird. 2 rupees were there just... Okay.
Siamese rupees.
Any devs in chat, explain that one to us. Well, I was going to save and quit as opposed to going into Obama's tablet. And... Unless he used the portal here, which, hey, yeah, that probably works too. Probably a little faster this way. To save and quit, go to Link's house, use the portal to do Obama's tablet with purple. Kyong now finally heading up to Catfish. We still haven't seen Catfish yet on either side. Last time Kyong was up here, he got nuked by one of these Dark Octoroks. Oh, and he just went through it again. Again, they deal 200 damage.
Willard, meanwhile, still hasn't checked Pyramid, which contains Bombos, which we know he'll need.
Yeah. Hopefully he remembers that at some point. Kyong's also going to be able to route in the big key that's here on the Zora ledge here. And another big key from Catfish. That one's Meyer.
Well, that's necessary.
Yeah. And I believe that means we're done with big keys, because this one's got to be Turtle Rock, and we have every big key. Ooh, there's a small key on Bombos. Unfortunately, it's just Meyer. I'm pretty sure because of what Willard has on his side and what Kyong has on his side, we know for a fact that this is going to be the Turtle Rock big key on the here on Zora's.
Yeah, they do seem to have everything else.
Yep. So every big key's been found. We're just going to take those 3 pod keys. Now, what you can do with 3 pod keys, you can complete a dungeon leaving 1 item behind.
Yeah, either Harmless Hellway or Vanilla Big Key Chest.
Yeah, you leave one of those behind, you do the Hammer Yump, and you kill Helmasaur. So you're going to be able to complete the dungeon without opening the Dark Maze door and without opening the big front door. If he finds a vanilla key in here, he can fully clear it, and then he can mirror and finish off Eastern. But first he's going to turn in this green pendant and get a map for a dungeon he already knew about. Now, Kyong is going to head into Ice.
Which he can do because he has Bombos, since neither runner's found the Fire Rod yet.
Yeah, so Kyong can fully clear this. He's unfortunately not going to be able to find Bow in here, which is probably what he's looking for. Fire Rod would be nice. So both of our runners checking a dungeon the other one has not been in yet. So this is going to be very fun to watch.
And another hint that comes a bit too late for Kyong.
I missed that one.
Oh, Boots in Tower of Hera.
Oh, there you go. There's your Boots in. The Boots in's always guaranteed to be out there, just like the big key of Evil's Bane.
It's just not guaranteed to be in a useful location.
Yeah, it could be like unique item is blank, and that could be the Boots in. Watching these runners route Pod and Key Sanity is always so fun because of the key conservation plan. And another hit that's a little late there.
Now you tell me.
Just save yourself a mirror. And another hint that's not good. Just because there's no. Especially because the dongos in this game actually shoot fire.
Yeah, so they must actually kind of like smoke.
Yeah, it kind of contradicts yourselves in this game. Alright, the hammer jump in Ice Palace, not the easiest. And just like I said, the a vanilla small key, so Willard can now fully clear this dungeon. Kyong, making me look like a fool, gets the Ice Palace Hammer jump on the first try, of course. Yeah, with that vanilla small key here, Willard can now fully clear every item in the dungeon if he conserves his keys correctly, which I'm sure he will. And there's the required Quake from Misery Mire.
Yeah, now he just needs to go to Catfish and get the big key.
Yep, and he's probably going to go to Catfish because he knows about the big key on Zora Ledge, so he'll probably do the same routing that Kyong did earlier.
And hopefully check Pyramid on his way up there.
Yep, that's another thing he definitely needs to do.
I'm just amused at how Willard was chased by that Helmosaur.
Yep. Up a small key to Turtle Rock in ice. That's definitely going to be needed.
Yeah, that's nice to find.
Compass, not so much. Big money in the dark basement here, along with small money.
So that's enough keys to beat TR if you don't check the lava chest.
Yeah, the vanilla big key chest is the one key you can skip. Keys are hard for Willard.
Since the logic assumes you use the keys in the worst possible way, neither the lava chest nor Laser Bridge nor Trinex are considered in logic.
Correct. Alright, well, we're going to set up the hammer up here as Kyong, and using the Bombos with the Bombos Medallion on the ground, you have to stand there to use it, and then you can just kill the Freezors and get the item, which is just the lone 100 rupee pack that's in the seed. And there's your one heart container in the entire seed in the big chest of...
You'd think if they were gonna put one heart container in Expert, they'd make it the Sank heart, but
You'd
no.
think that, but Christos Owen is an evil person. I mean, he's a great. There's another heart piece and 20 rupees, so not the best items, but the piece of heart not the worst when you think about the grand scheme of things. Alright, so you can see Willard conserve this key again. It's a lot better to route this over and over again than to blow a key in an unnecessary way.
So do you think he'll go... Well... Yeah, do you think he'll go for the vanilla big key chest or Helmosaur first?
Both options seem awful to do first, but we'll see. I do not know.
I didn't see the third hint in Ice Palace, did you?
No, I missed that. And looks like Willard's going to go to Helmosaur first. Meanwhile, Kyong is now going to deal with Cold Stare. Once again, you can see the Bombos on the ground, and he's going to have to hammer Cold Stare. And Cold Stare does 3 hearts of damage, so this is an Oko mode for Kyong here with the hammer.
Here, Willard's fake powdering earlier cost him a bit of time there because he couldn't just use the cane to hit that switch.
So Kyong going with the most safety strats, and if you haven't seen this before, when you stand at the very top of the room, the ice that fall do not break up and do not hit you. But you still gotta be careful. If you want to leave the area, you might still get hit. Now we can bullied here. Oh, this is not good for Kyong. The ice doesn't deal 3 hearts of damage, so you can take, I think, 1 hit from the ice. But if one of the Cold Stare puffs hit him, it's game over. Go back to start.
Yeah.
All right, one of the ice just hit him, so he's down to 1. And he's gonna use a blue potion. That brings him to 2. Use another blue potion, brings him back to 3.
It's really tough doing this without the fire rod.
Oh yeah. But he's managing pretty well. Just has to avoid getting hit by the puffs, and he should be good, because he's doing a good job of avoiding the ice that's falling.
Must be getting really close on one puff.
Yep, there's another one down. There's one more. And he
There
gets
we
it.
go.
Very nice. Now Willard has his own fun fight to do, and that's Helmosaur. Another useless small key on Cold Stare. Nice setup for Willard. He gets done. Very nice fight for Willard.
I'm thinking if you're Willard at this point, you're perfectly positioned. You mirror, you do Eastern, you get the big bomb, you bomb open Pyramid, then you pull Bombos off of the top of Pyramid and go up to Catfish and Zora Ledge.
That seems like a good strategy. I think Willard's still going to dive in and go out of his way to get that vanilla big key chest here.
Oh, right, he'll probably check that before he's...
Fortunately for Kyong,
done.
he's going to pod now as well. Remember, he does not have the bow yet. He has not been to Thieves, and he also does not have the Thieves Small yet, which is required to get the bow.
And he just burned a couple of potions. Does he still even have a potion left to do the potion glitch?
No, he does not. He can still get his way to Quake, but you have to open up the big door to do it. But then he still have to find an extra small key in somewhere in here. Or one of the small keys that he needs is in the bow locked part of Pod. No, Eastern Palace does not have any small keys in chest. All the small keys are on enemies or underneath pots. So all you need is the big key in the bow and technically the lamp if you want to be able to. Wow, that was some hardcore bumper.
Okay, chat thinks Kyong has a green potion, so I guess we'll see. I mean, he's about to go down there.
Yeah, I think Kyong had 2 blues and a green, so he used the 2 blues on Cold Stare. Let's see, Willard's gonna go.
Okay, yeah. I wasn't sure if there was anything in his third bottle.
Oh, he still has this chest. He has both these chests to check, so good for Willard to get them both out of the way here. Then he's going to go do Eastern, I would presume. Ooh, a small key. Oh.
It expresses his displeasure.
Yes. Thanks a lot, game. Could have saved so much time. See, that's something that you see happen a lot in regular randomizer, non-key sanity, because of the way the randomizer places items. But it's kind of rare in key sanity, and, well, Willard showed his displeasure for having to go through the bow lock side over and over and over again.
Yeah, we actually had 2 pod keys in pod this time around.
Yeah, it tends to occur a lot, especially in pod and T-Rock, like I said earlier, and this time, sure enough, there was 2 vanilla small keys in Palace of Darkness. So there's one more out there somewhere that was required to beat this dungeon. Just don't know where. Yeah, Willard's back in Eastern. He'll be able to open the big chest, kill the Armos Knights, and like you said, he'll be able to get access to the Pyramid Fairy now, and hopefully also get access to Bombos, which is on the side of Pyramid. Kyong is going to continue looking through Pod. Again, he's not going to be able to kill Helmasaur here because he doesn't have the bow.
And apart from Quake, I don't remember there being much of use in pod. Oh, there was the heart container. That's useful in this.
And Cane of Burna, not the most useful in expert mode. The best uses for it, you'll probably see him use it in Misery Mire in the Spike Room.
Yeah, it still damages enemies and gives you immunity to spikes, but it doesn't give you invincibility against enemies in hard and expert.
Well, I was going to show you how that works here real quick.
Nice swag there.
Definitely the fastest way to take care of those enemies when you don't have a sword. I'm going to see the trademark quick kill on Armos here. Oh, took a little damage there and it's going to screw him up. Ooh, he got that quick shot in. He's still not going to get the super quick kill, but still fast nonetheless. And another small key. And it's the Swamp small key.
So now it's finally full clearable.
Yeah, that just unlocked the entire dungeon. And I believe now Willard still needs a couple Turtle Rock keys, which Kyong does have. Willard only has 1. Well, 1 is in the inside the dungeon itself. So Willard's still going to need the Fire Rod. He's going to have to grab the Bombos. Once he gets Fire Rod and Bombos, he's in item mode. Then all he needs is a Turtle Rock Small and to grab a few more big keys, which he probably will grab along this way now, because he's going to do what you said earlier, Pyramid Fairy, grab Bombos, then he'll grab the two last big keys that he needs from Catfish and Zorledge.
And then there's the matter of the silver arrows.
Yes. Alright, so here's the thing about silver arrows in swordless mode. As you know, in regular modes, when you use the sword spins, the swords, you have a nice buffer to hit Ganon. That buffer's down to 2 or 3 frames in swordless mode with the hammer. So the silver arrows are 99% of runners will need them. I think only one person has ever done it in a race without silver arrows.
I've never even seen it. I mean, people keep saying it's technically possible, but I've never actually seen someone do it.
Yeah, it's definitely possible, but the thing is, though, if you're in Go mode only need the silvers, you can go all the way to Ganon, and Ganon will tell you where the silvers are, and then you can just leave, find them, and come back.
But you have to get through his first 3 phases before he'll tell you that.
Yeah, but still not the worst in the world, even in swordless mode. The swordless mode is actually easier than Master Sword. I think we were discussing that earlier. Willow's going to see that Bombos from down, and he knows he needs it. And we'll see what... Oh, he's got to be careful here. These enemies will kill him in one hit.
We'll always have vanilla silvers here.
Could definitely be possible. Kyong is about to get another small key. Nope, it's just a lot of rupees. And this is I think, a minor key, so not necessary.
Well, he's going to be set for potions for the rest of the game now.
Gonna go do. Looks like he's gonna do the J-Red Ledge first, which I believe that was 20 rupees. So it's, yeah, he's still gotta find Turtle Rock Small somewhere that Kyong found that Willard missed. Well, Kyong's about to get his Thieves Town Small. That's the breadcrumb he needs to go get that bow.
Yeah, so hopefully now that he's realized his full clearable, well, looks like he's gonna get that other key maybe on Sky Island. Willard did a bit of a double take at our...
He's like, what? There's 2 rupees there. What's going on in there? Yeah, there's also one thing we could see here is what that small key on Floating Island is, which I think Kyong's going to do now. If that's a T-Rock Small, Willard could potentially be in Go mode if he grabs that. Oh, he still needs Fire Rod, though. That's pretty much all we need. And silvers, of course. Ah, yes, good point by chat. We do need the second Castle Tower small key, which could be this one. We'll see. Nope.
Nope.
Minor key.
It's probably in GT, let's face it.
Well, Turtle Rock Small can't be in GT.
No, I mean the second Castle Tower small key.
Yeah, that's probably likely. Willard's probably going to end up doing Swamp after this. I mean, that's what I would probably do. And again, Willard will now have every big key. And Kyong wanting to do Spike Cave, but does not have the necessary potion.
Yeah, since he now did use his last one for the potion glitch. Hopefully he'll go to Thieves Town now.
He's gonna make sure he gets Spike Cave done first, I think. As Willard does grab that big key for Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I guess it's pretty quick to get back up to Spike Cave if that's all you're doing.
Yeah. Alright, Willard. What's next on your agenda? Will it be Swamp Palace? No, it's gonna be Ice Palace. Well, oh, that's where the other Turtle Rock Small is. So yeah, this is gonna be good for Willard, because all it has really is that Turtle Rock Small, but Willard's gonna need...
Oh, cool. I didn't even notice that Kyong had left his portal up there.
Yeah, so it saves a little bit of time. To,
yeah, definitely good planning.
And he also knows about this little trick here. So he gets a full refill because he is in the Spike Room. And quickly go up and he'll grab the Shoeless Comp.
And now he'll wonder why he spent all that time.
But look, if it was the bow, of course we know it's not the bow. If it was the bow, it was worth it.
Now, hopefully, he's going to Thieves' Town. I don't see what else he'd be doing with this portal.
I can't imagine he's going to do Thieves now. Yeah, Kyong is now finally going to be able to get his Eastern Big, which will be his last big key, and a bow.
Oh, speaking of Eastern, that should be marked on Willard's tracker.
Yeah, Willard has completed Eastern, so Willard just has... We can do Swamp and Mire once he's done here.
Yeah, so he's got a solid 2-dungeon lead right now. Not insurmountable, just given how easy it is to die in Expert mode.
Yeah, Expert Swordless no less. Even though Willard has definitely shown his prowess in Swordless mode as compared to Kyong, who has struggled at times to get through some of these areas where he might be used to having a sword.
Bomb swag.
That's a very good strat. I like that strat a lot. But he's gonna grab the... Well, he doesn't need the heart. Might need the arrows. Willard is gonna actually check the hint first, so we'll actually see this hint. I don't know if... I don't think Kyong even got to see this hint at all. Well, actually, that's good for Willard. He hasn't... Oh, wait, he did turn it in. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. Another case of not needing that hint. Alright, Kyong now has every big key, so he's good on that. So we still need Fire Rod. We still need Castle Tower Small. We still technically need a Turtle Rock Small.
And the silvers.
And the silver arrows. But again, the silver arrows and the Castle Tower Small can both possibly be in Gannis Tower. There's a Turtle Rock Small that Willard needed. He now has 2. Once he enters Turtle Rock, he'll get the 3rd and can fully clear his way through that dungeon. Fire Rod can also be in Turtle Rock. In Key Sanity, if all Doritos small keys take you to Laser Bridge, which is a possibility.
So depending whether Skull Woods is pendant or crystal, which we don't know yet, two of the remaining unknown dungeons are pendants and one's a crystal. We could have Fire Rod on Ped, or we could have Fire Rod in GT.
Fire Rod cannot be in GT because Turtle Rock is a crystal.
Oh,
So,
right.
but
Trinex.
But yeah, it could be on Ped. If oh no, not Ped, but it could be in yeah, it could be on Ped.
It could be on Ped if Skull Woods
is a crystal.
one remaining crystal.
Yeah, we have 3 dungeons we don't know. 2 of them are pendants, 1 of them is a crystal. We're lining up this bomb jump here. As Kyong's
to address chat, the runners have not scheduled a third game. In fact, they haven't even had the randomizer pick the settings for the third game.
Very nice hammer fight by Kyong. He gets it's done taking only 1 heart of damage.
Willard's picked up several pieces of heart. I would have thought that would have been the one to give him his 6th heart container, but I guess not.
Still missing a couple more. And yes, Willard is the one that picked this mode, which is actually the same as the mode they raced game 1 in, except there's no swords, which looks like it's leaning towards Willard's advantage. Alright, Kyung is now done with Thieves, and he is now heading over to, it looks like, Meyer.
Interesting that he'd do that before finishing off Pod and Eastern.
Considering that he's already cleared out all of Pod, except for the couple items, and he's cleared out all of Eastern except for a couple items, you get more checks here in Meyer, so I can see. Now Willard dealing with this very tough fight, but as you can see, he's a little bit more confident with his movement here with the
well, he also got a couple of hammer hits while Coldster was backed into a corner, so that helped him considerably.
Yeah, that was at least a minute faster than Kyung's fight.
And that is dungeon number 6 for Willard.
And you'd have to imagine that either Swamp or Skull is going to be the next stop on this trek here.
Well, not Skull. He still doesn't have the fire.
I meant Swamp or Meyer. Sorry. Well,
Yes, it's
Kyung is
Meyer. Oh,
Meyer.
There's the
a
fire rod.
Okay, and it looks like Willard is heading to. So Willard will have item mode pretty soon. And he doesn't know it yet, but he will also be in. He'll be in GT mode once he gets that fire rod as well, because he doesn't know yet that the small key that's needed to complete Turtle Rock is in Turtle Rock.
And since he will have the fire rod when he first hits Turtle Rock, he'll be able to show us what's in the 2 firelock chests. Ooh, unique item in Mimic Cave.
Well, we're out of unique items that are actually useful, so it's either going to be the powder or the ether medallion. Both of which.
Silvers.
Oh, that's right. It could be the silvers. Oh, wow. You know, I always forget about the silvers because you don't really need them in most modes, but in swordless, yes, you do need them. They're usually just a luxury in regular randomizer.
Yeah, as good as both of these runners are, I can't really see them wanting to face Ganon without silvers and swordless.
Yeah, they're both going to want those silvers.
Okay, well, that's that.
Never mind. All right, so like I said, either the ether or the powder is going to be, or it could be the shovel in Mimic Cave. But there's your silvers in first chest in Misery Mire.
We are in no mode, and Willard doesn't know it yet, but he's going to be in go mode.
There's a small key to GT. Actually, that small key to GT is the first one we found. So that was needed.
Oh, right. No, he's not going to be in go mode because he still needs the second castle tower key.
Yeah, so there's a castle tower too. So
Wait, why are 2 castle tower keys marked on his tracker? Oh, it should be 1 castle tower, 1 GP.
Yeah. Oh, Willow's about to get his fire rod. That's right. You really don't need a small key of GT if you're go moding it, because you just steal the one from the first room on the left and go up and steal the one from the Helm Star. Right.
Though having 1 means you don't need to go into the basement at all.
Yeah. Unless, of course, you're looking for something, which, in this case, it might just be the Castle Tower Small.
Yeah.
So both of our runners are in item mode. They have every item that they need to complete the game. Now, Kyong still needs, he doesn't know this yet, the Swamp Small, but it's sitting in Armos, which he's probably going to do like pretty soon, you would have to admit. Other than that, both runners just need the Castle Tower Small. There's a unique item Mimic Cave hint.
Unless, of course, the Castle Tower Small is in Lava Chest in T-Rock. In which case they would also need the last Turtle Rock key.
That would be rude.
Yeah, spoiler log, anyone? Vidia's definitely tough. I don't think... If you haven't bought any upgrades, I don't think you have quite enough bombs and arrows combined to beat him.
You're going to have to use a little bit of hammer at some point.
Oh, no.
Oh, wait.
Kyong has exactly enough.
Yep, it's 8 arrows to take out Vidi.
Oh, to address a question in chat, we do have a link for that, but just to go over it quickly, the symbols up top. The crystal and pendant means it's all dungeons, because you need all crystals and pendant. Link symbolizes open mode. No sword is pretty self-explanatory. E for expert, and the big key for key sanity.
Wait, the E doesn't mean easy in this case?
Now that would be interesting if we allowed easy mode in the tournament, just to mess with runners because they're so used to having harder settings that someone could pick it easy mode.
Jeez.
Just to see how quickly they could get through it and hope their opponent forgot how quickly you can get through easy mode.
He's going to have to buy some bombs here. Let's see where he heads to next. My guess was probably Pod Eastern at this point. But it could be Skullwoods. Oh, and Meyer was a crystal, so that means that the last 2 pendants are going to be Swamp and Skull.
And we could have that Castle Tower key on Ped. I don't think either of the runners has checked it.
No, we have not seen the pedestal yet. So, if Kyong heading to Skullwoods now, he will more than likely be checking it once he's done here.
Okay, Willard's short a few bombs, so he is definitely going to need to pull out his hammer. I didn't realize you could walk onto the very side of the goo there without getting injured.
Yeah, if you're walking on the very last frame of the last pixel, you can pull it off. We just missed that arrow there, so we might have to take 1, 2, 3 shots at Viddy now. It's going to take only 5 arrows at Viddy. He's going to do the hammer for the. So we're going to play the favorite game of dodge the bouncing ball. But there's only 6 hammer shots, and he gets it done very quickly.
And Kyong is going to give us our first look at the moth today. After a single fire rod shot, going straight to hammer strats, even though he still has magic left.
Willard also going to be heading straight into Skullwood to take care of Mothula. As
And
Kyong
that
gets
was
done.
Yeah, very nice job on Moth from Kyong.
Kyong's going to check this one chest he left behind. This will be the last chest here in Skullwoods. Then I would presume he was going to mirror and just make sure that Castle Tower key, or in his case, well, it can't be the Swamp key. We know that. And I'm pretty sure he now knows that, because I think he knows where all the...
That was the other single rupee, since we saw the first one in Link's house.
Yes. Alright. Will this Castle Tower key be on the pedestal? If it is, it's really good for these runners, as opposed to not being on there. No, it's just a piece of heart. This is the Castle Tower key to be there, because then you're done looking for it, and you're pretty much in go mode. Well, Kyong's not. He still needs to find that Swamp Small, but he's on his way to it.
Yeah, it's too bad there's a piece of heart on Ped and a piece of heart on Lumberjack, because the runners know it. They could use pieces of heart, but they're not worth spending that much time to get.
Again, Willard's going around. He thinks he still needs a Turtle Rock Small, along with the Castle Tower Small.
Willard has a really easy time with Moth there.
Yeah, a lot of fire rod shots were able to weaken the Moth a lot. Then only one hammer was enough to take care of it and finish it off.
And he'll go back for his commemorative rupee. I mean, you gotta figure it was like a special commemorative edition if they put 1 rupee in a chest.
Kyong gets his Kina Burna. And he'll also get his bad news that there's nothing on Ped that's worth it. But it looks like Swamp will be next on Willard's agenda here. And there could be Turtle Rock Small and the Castle Tower Small could be in Swamp, and we could just be in go mode real quick. So it'll be interesting to see how much of Swamp Willard actually decides to clear. Does he check the left side, or does he just go mode it? Well, he's not going to go mode. He's going to check items, obviously. But checking left side versus not is definitely something we can definitely see.
And Kyong will now finally get his swamp access.
Yeah, he still has to go kill Helmasaur, but he's not that far behind Willard at this point, because once he does those two, he's going to be tied up. So he's behind Willard, I'd say, by about a minute and a half, 2 minutes here. And already has opened up Turtle Rock and checked parts of it.
Yeah, how did he catch up so much? It felt like he was like a solid 2 dungeons behind, and now it feels like he's a couple minutes behind.
He did a really good job of clearing out these dungeons. Willard spent a lot more time here in Pod, I believe.
Actually, I don't think Kyong's been to the vanilla Big Key location, just like Willard saved it for after
Yeah.
Helmasaur, so he'll probably go back in and check that since he's not in go mode.
Well, he doesn't have the small key to get it, and it's just a replace the small key. He's going to use this one small key he has to go
Oh,
Helmasaur.
How did he wind up with one fewer key?
He didn't open up that big chest when he was here the first time. That was an extra key that Willard opened. Is that right? Well,
no, because Willard did Helmasaur before he went to the vanilla Big Key chest.
Yeah, so he probably just skipped the location.
Or did he not do... I thought he did the hammer yump and didn't open the central door.
Yeah, he did. Oh, he might have... No, he just opened the central door just now. That's what happened.
Oh, okay, that's the key then. I guess he made a calculated decision then that the vanilla Big Key chest wasn't worth it.
Alright, Willard decided swamp for the first time. We're still looking for small keys.
And we haven't gotten a hint about Left Side Swamp, have we?
No, we have not. He'll probably go do left side after he's done with Argus here. That's usually the strat you see a lot of runners do nowadays.
So for the first time in a while, Kyong and Willard are even on dungeon counts. While we're at this bit of a break, this is a good time to mention these are both incredible runners, as you've seen over the last nearly 2 hours. Please give both of them a follow.
Yeah, you can catch Willard. He's on a lot, always playing Randomizer or some other games. Kyong, same deal. He's always on here playing Randomizer. And in case you didn't know, there was a Randomizer simulator that Kyong is actually the head of, Z3RSim.com, and it's a really good website if you want to practice routing without having to play the game. But the experience of playing the game is always the best part. You can always go to play some Randomizer.
If you're relatively new to Randomizer and trying to really get a feel for how the logic works, it's great for that.
Willard doing the typical swordless strat here on Argus, which is hookshot 2 puffs, or 1 puff in this case, and hammer it down. It's the only weapon that damages the puff right now is the hammer.
So at this point, do you go back in and try left side, or do you risk it?
It takes so long to come back, so I think you just knock those 2 chests out while you can. Very nice fire rod kill on Argus. 4 shots of the fire rod.
There's the last TR key.
Ooh. Okay, so Willard. So they'll both runners will be able to open the chest in the fire room. The vanilla big key chest. Willard doesn't know that yet, but he will once he finds that 4th TR key in the first chest.
Looks like Willard is not doing left side.
So it looks like he's going to gamble that the Castle Tower key is going to be in GT. Or in Turtle Rock. There's also that key on the floating island, which Willard hasn't grabbed yet. Unfortunately, it's going to be a useless key.
Yeah, but I think there are 8 chests we haven't seen yet in Turtle Rock, plus the item on Trinex.
Yeah. Kyong also not going left side to start. We'll see if he comes back for it later. Willard can probably even check that afterward, so we might check it first just in case it is the 4th TR small.
Readying his bombos in any case. The fact that he's taken out a bomb makes me think he's going to check floating island.
Yeah, that looks correct.
Which will waste half a minute, but not the worst thing.
Yeah, they're gonna bonk. They're getting that news.
Can't do rage slashes in swordless.
That is true. Alright, Willard's gonna enter Turtle Rock. This is his first trek in there. Remember, Kyong was in there earlier and opened 2 chests. One of which will be the 4th key for this dungeon. We're also going to be able to see right side for the first time.
Yeah, we'll see right side, we'll see lava chest, crystal roller.
He's going to be able to full clear the entire dungeon, no problem. Now, we know there's nothing too important in Mimic Cave. It's a unique item, which at this point is either going to be the powder, the shovel, or Ether Medallion, none of which are going to be needed.
Unless, of course, Castle Tower key is in the shovel spot.
Ooh, you're right about that.
Sorry, I just keep getting evil ideas.
We've already checked the magic bat even without the powder for both runners, so it's not going to be there. Alright, both Kyong and Willard have left the left side of Swamp behind. So if Castle Tower Key is there, well, we're going to be here a while.
If Castle Tower key is there, we might well see a 200 collection rate.
Oh wow, that's a bad pattern from the chain chomps.
Yeah, that's a rough one.
But he gets his way through slowly, but he gets his way through.
How much damage do the chain chomps do on green armor? Is it 4 or even more?
I think it's 6, so I think they're one-hit KOs. But I think after all this, we come down to this point in the game, and these runners are about 90 seconds apart.
Yeah, because Kyong's already picked up a couple of chests here, so he's only going to check the right side.
Yeah. And we see Evil Homer. Turns out that small key just led to a compass, so nothing much there. And yeah, this race is far from over. I would say buckle up and see if we find that Castle Tower key in here, it's going to be all execution from here. And normally when it's execution, I would give the edge to Kyong, but because it's swordless, you might have to give the edge to Willard.
Yeah, so far I'd say Willard's swordless execution overall has been better than Kyong's.
And just in case this Mimic Cave is in fact Shovel, we're gonna go check it. Powder wouldn't be too bad because you can always powder the anti-fairies. In Expert, it'll give you 1 heart instead of a fairy.
And it's the shovel.
So it is the shovel, so we'll see if we actually need that.
Oh, and I forgot about the big chest.
Yep, just a big 20 though. Both are runners in the same room at the same time, just in different parts.
Like ships in the...
Still no Castle Tower key.
So now we're down to Laser Bridge or Trinex if we want to see it here. And other than that, we have Shovel Spot, Left Side Swamp, and GT, basically. And since they're already up here, you have to guess the runners are going to try GT first.
Oh yeah, for sure. Kyong is not grabbing the shovel. Oh, there's a key. Oh, but it's the last pod key. Oh, there's another key. That's never a key. Oh god, we're gonna be in the green. There's the potion. And a map.
Now, Willard must be feeling super confident that he's not taking the safety exit there.
Just gonna be very careful of these pokies and anti-fairies flying around. And we're gonna see how good Willard can do Trinex swordless.
Though honestly, in expert mode, most runners would be using the hammer here anyway, just because it does more damage than Master Sword.
That is very true.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was 4 hearts right there.
That was the one hit he could take.
Okay, so just make sure it doesn't get hit.
There we go.
Very nice.
Kyong also not taking the safety exit.
And Trinix drops. Ooh!
Oh.
Wrong tower! That's Ganon's tower. Speaking of Ganon's tower, that is where we're heading next. At just over the 2-hour mark, we're going to be entering Ganon's tower. We have all the crystals and all the pendants, so we are fully set. We just need that Castle Tower small key, so I believe we have, 2 Ganon's Tower small, so we can't really do a ton in GT without possibly getting key locked out of GT.
Well, you just have to carefully count. I think you can do most of the basement, including all the keys that are under pots and stuff in there.
Kyung's being extra careful with this Trinix fight here. He's down to 4 hearts, which is 1 hit. So he has to be very, very careful. He doesn't get hit. Oh, wow. And he's doing the ice floor as well. Alright, Willard entering the right side.
Heart piece, bombs.
So Kyung is 1 hit away from Trinix and gets it down.
Willard thinks about going full right and decides against. So who knows, depending where this Castle Tower key is, routing may still make a difference for the seed.
Yes, routing is still a big player right now. If depending on where it is here, if it's in GT, how these runners route GT. Up there's a split key, but there it is. Castle Tower
there
key.
it is.
So at 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 39 seconds, WillardJBradley has achieved go mode here in Ganon's Tower in the Stalfos room.
2-hour go mode. You don't see that every day.
Well, yeah, but you do see it every day in all dungeon key sanity. Now let's see how Kyung routes Ganon's Tower, because you can tell he's about a minute to a minute and a half behind, but if he goes full right, he's going to lose ground here. And he's going right to start. We'll see if he goes full right or if he's going to do the hope to the left.
Yeah, I was thinking if he took an all-out risk and skipped Hope Room.
He's going right. This is not good for Kyung. Willard's just going to gain ground here as Kyung checks right side of Ganon's Tower basement.
Yeah, I think Willard's going to be at least 3 minutes ahead by the time Kyung starts going upstairs.
And Willard's just breezing through these rooms with the hammer strats. Oh, Kyung's gonna get baited there. There's the small key to Hyrule Castle. Wrong floor of the castle.
That's kind of funny because, remember, at the very beginning, Willard was locked out of going to the back of Escape. And the key was sitting in GT.
Yep. Now they can go get those 3 blue rupees in the beginning of the game. I mean, that was forever ago. Willard's on the 1 heart. He doesn't have the powder, so we're gonna see. Yeah, he's gonna gain 1 heart here at his blue potion.
Well, at least land modes don't do much damage. And there, Kyung is in go mode at about 2:04:52, so 2¼ minutes after Willard.
Yeah, good. Over 2 minutes behind, but that could be made up. Well, you can see, Willard's down to 2 hearts of health. Well, now make that 3. He has one less heart container in total. Also, Kyong has found a 7th heart container somewhere, or enough pieces of heart to get to 7.
There was an extra piece of heart going full right.
Okay, so there you go. Willard grabbing every heart he can find just to be safe as he climbs his tower. Ooh, that was a nice strat. He trapped the moblins on the conveyor and went up the other conveyor. Gotta be careful here with these lasers. They hurt.
But it did take him long enough to do that the door closed, so he didn't risk despawning the tower.
Yeah, that's always something you have to be careful of, is despawning the tower in that room.
It's a weird glitch, but I've seen it multiple times. If you go up the stairs on the exact frame that door closes, you despawn the entire rest of the tower.
Hey, look, there's Ether sitting on top of Gas Tower the entire time. Alright, Willard now has a full 6 hearts of health. He's opening his chest. I believe he's just looking for the heart piece. I think he knows he's 1 heart piece away from a refill. Well, Kyong is still making his way through Gauntlet. I think he's losing a little bit of ground because he's still, again, not as used to swordless mode as Willard is. And Willard takes out Moldorm, switches to the hook shot. He's going to cross over. He'll likely open this last chest, try to get the last piece of heart to get a full 7. Unfortunately, he does not get it.
Not that it makes a huge difference on Ganon anyway.
Yeah, Ganon's Oko no matter how many hearts you have at this point. Well, 7 is actually... Oh yeah, because he does 8 hearts. The 8 hearts of damage, I believe. Right?
Yeah, Ganon Hug is 8 hearts with green mail. So you would have to find literally every piece of heart to get 9 heart containers and be able to withstand a Ganon Hug.
Yeah. So here comes the Aga 2 fight, before the Aga 1 fight, and we're going to see the Swag Net, because that is actually the safest strat in Swordless.
Even so, it's kind of slow, so it's easy to throw your tempo off and get hit.
Yeah, and he's down to 1.5 hearts. He has to be careful he doesn't take a death here. It's very costly. And yeah, you can see Hammer, he's not exactly the best at either. Alright, got a hit there. He's gonna switch the net for this one. Let's do the lineup. Using the frames to try to dodge those blue balls.
You just dodged them.
Ooh, got 2 hits on that one.
I think that's 5. Just needs 1 more.
Got it. Now he can even death warp to heal up once he enters Aga Tower. Well, Kyong is now heading up to the 6th floor.
So we'll get another benchmark here of the time difference. Willard basically defeated Aga 2 at 209 even.
He's gonna go refill his heart with a fairy instead, looks like. And we know the way the randomizer works, Kyong will have the same RNG with that Aga 2 fight. We'll see how he handles it.
And that's also true for however many blue balls they get in this upcoming Aga 1 fight.
That is true.
So much easier this time through with the hammer and the fire rod.
Oh yeah. So this seed wanted you to go through here with just Canis Samaria. And you saw how fast the magic drained for Kyong as he used the magic gate through that room? Oh my, he went from full to none. And he uses that Castle Tower key that was the go mode item. Ooh, Kyong got a double on that first hit. Yeah, it's really good. But again, that's just where Willard started messing up as well as that one setup.
It's tough.
It is very tough. These runners should be commended on how well they're playing, all things considered, in this mode. Win, lose, or draw. Draw would be fun, because then they get to race this mode again. And Kyung gets Aga 2 down a little faster than Willard did. He's now he's still about 2 minutes behind, but I think he's a little closer than when they found the Castle Tower small.
Yeah, now it's right about 2 minutes rather than 2 minutes and change. And that's like the one use of the boomerang in this seed, getting that key.
Yeah, you use the boomerang 3 times, I think, in the NMG, and that's one of them. Willard making sure all the enemies are dead as he enters upstairs to go to Aga 1.
Right as Kyung enters the tower itself.
Yep. Alright, how many blue balls we're going to see here? How much of a troll is Aga going to be for these runners? And as opposed to the fairy that Willard got, Kyung is going to take the Death Warp. That was the other suggestion that I was going to make there.
But yeah, get your blue ball guesses in chat. What do you think? Is it going to be a nice Aga or a bad Aga?
I'm going to say 2. You know, that's usually what I answer for Aga.
I think I'll go with 4. This seed has just been painful. It's not going to end too easy.
Yeah, there's one. There we go.
Well, that's your 2 right there.
There. Oh god, it's 15. I'm telling you, it's going 15.
15 is still mathematically possible. Yes.
we have the full 3 to first cycle. How many rupees Willard has? 2,002. That's a lot.
Well, always fun when they cross the 2,000 mark. You don't see that very often.
Yeah, not at all. Ooh, we're not gonna have 15.
Can't do any worse than 11 now.
Ooh, now we're down to like 7.
Yeah.
Oh, it's actually a 3.
It's gonna be 3, yep.
Went from possibly 15 to 3 after a perfect Aga 2 second cycle.
3 is like the mean median in mode, I think. We're pretty close to...
Yeah, 2 and 3 is pretty much the common. Anyway, down goes Aga 1, and now it is Ganon time. We're to look at the refill, though. It's not going to matter too much. You still 1 Ganon hug from death every time.
Well, the magic refill matters.
Yes.
Insect facts, gotta love them.
We got 4 hits there, and wow, that's a weird place for Ganon to spawn.
It takes 12 hits for the hammer to advance
Ooh,
Ganon
just
to the next
right
level.
into the face, though.
Ooh. That should be enough.
Yeah, he's now in phase 2. We got 3 hits there.
But Willard cannot take a hit from the fire bath.
And he just did.
Ooh.
Alright, we're talking about how Ganon Falls can be the difference. I think Willard is going to start losing a little bit of ground if he takes another one. Though Kyung might not have that easy of a time with this fight as well, either.
But this also changes Ganon's pattern.
Yes. I will say it's a slightly more favorable here. He's going to get a few more hits with the hammer here. He got 5 hits that time. We're just going to go for a couple more here.
Now, if Kyung were to die or take a Ganon fall, would he then get the same second Ganon pattern that Willard's getting now?
I'm not sure.
I've never been clear on that.
We'll still gotta be very careful. One fireball and it's done. Oh, Kyong is quickly making his way through Agate 2. We're doing a good job of dodging those fireballs that time around. I think that's the 12th hit. And then he's going to take the cape out and grab. As Kyong is down with Agate 2. Sorry, Agate 1.
You again saw just how quickly Willard's magic meter drained in the split second between when he activated the cape and when he grabbed the wall.
Yeah. Now, this is going to be the most trivial part of this fight. The hardest part's over, but he's still not in the clear yet. Alright, phase 3 down. Yes, the arrows we did find in Mire. Torch glitch, kind of important in Swordless just to be sure. Gets it. And just to make sure it doesn't do anything, hugging. The silver arrows work in this room only in expert mode. Oh god, no!
Ooh.
Wow, that was scary close.
Fortunately, he could take that hit.
Yeah. And if this is a double, he got it. 3, 4, double. Willard has taken down the pig. Kyong is in phase 3.
Wow.
But, oh my. We can officially say that WillardJBradley has finished in first place with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 16 minutes, and 46 seconds. Get your GGs in chat for WillardJBradley. These two will be going to a Game 3.
And yes, you sure got the value for this seed, given how long it took.
So much value.
And there's Kyong taking out the pig.
So that gain and fall cost Willard about a minute and a little less than a minute and a half. Because it looks like Kyong.
Well, Kyong was also able to get a double. Well, I guess Willard got a double too at the end.
Yeah, Kyong has finished in second place with official SRL time of 2 hours, 17 minutes, 22 seconds. That is a difference of 46 seconds.
36.
36 seconds. I can't math. Wow, what a finish.
Yeah. So hopefully we can get both of our runners in chat here.
Yeah, get in for an interview, talk about this and talk about what they're going to veto for Game 3. Because I'm sure Kyong's going to veto Swordless. Like, he kind of has to at this point. Joining us first is our runner-up, Kyong. GG's.
And here's Willard. GG.
GG.
Oh my god.
I almost blew it. Oh man, I had no idea it was going to be that close. I was kind of expecting it to be that close, or it was going to be, the opposite, like another 5-minute Stomperino. But oh my gosh, that seed was that was something else. GG Kyong. we were talking in the IRC afterwards. We were like, man, imagine if the bot for Game 3 gives us like standard, normal, Uncle Assured, defeat Ganon.
A little thought casual for Game 3, that'd be hilarious. After you guys had to go through this hell for back-to-back seeds.
Oh my god. So many clutch moments. Jeez.
With a seed that long, were you guys feeling ahead or behind, or were you just figuring the other was probably pretty even with you?
Just based on how everything was laid out, I felt like we had to have been pretty close, a couple minutes maybe. The skipping of left side swamp is always a terrifying thing, especially when you're one key away from go mode. But that I don't know if Kyong, did you skip left side swamp as well?
He did, in fact, yes. You there, Kyong? I think you gotta turn your mic up. We can't hear you.
Yeah, I see you lighting up, so it's registering, but we can't hear you.
Does it work now?
There you go.
Hey, there he is.
Nice. But yeah, I did end up skipping left side mostly because of the overall deaths that cost me a ton of time.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really happy with how I routed the seed. It was really the issue with having flute so early is that it's just way too easy to like ping pong between locations, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it definitely hurt my route overall.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
what led to you guys took Willard took a huge lead early on because he was able to grab the Thieves Town small way before Kyong did, because he was able to grab the mirror first and then get the bow first, and he didn't have to double dip pod and all that stuff. But because Willard went ahead and checked all the locations Kyong checked anyway, Kyong caught back up, and come the end game, it was about a 2-minute difference once you guys left both Swamp and Turtle Rock. Kyong went right side, that might have cost him. Then Willard died again, and that could have cost him. It was such a good race throughout, and both of you should be commended for fighting through.
Thank you. It was scary.
Oh,
Every boss fight is almost every boss fight is terrifying, especially Cold Stare with just Bombos. Like, you're doing only hammer strats. That's terrifying. That Aga 2 was super scary for me.
yeah.
You both did great with Cold Stare and really most of the bosses.
Yeah, I don't think you guys died to bosses at all. Kyung died a few times in the overworld. Willard got bullied by Dead Rocks on Death Mountain, rescuing the old man.
I'm mad. Someone was talking to me in real life, and then all of a sudden I'm dying. That's my excuse. And then my controller died, and then my computer reset. Those are my excuses. Pick from one of those.
Anywho, you guys are going to be scheduling Game 3. It's not on the schedule yet. And you guys haven't even chosen the modes yet. The bot hasn't chosen.
We just finished.
Yes, but
Slow down.
Hold on.
Some runners pick their Game 3 settings before they play Game 2.
That's called a setup. My follow-up question is, which modes will you guys be vetoing? Kyong, what will you be vetoing, and why is it swordless?
No, it's not gonna be swordless. I don't really care about swordless, really.
First of all, I wasn't expecting to get a win today, so I didn't even consider Game 3 or coming up with a veto idea. Is that why your final name was Sia? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. I don't know. I might veto normal mode again, like I did against Banta, because normal mode is too boring. Yeah. Or all dungeons, because I don't want to get another freaking Castle Tower Key Go mode seed. I'm sick of those. So many of them.
Or you can veto Key Sanity.
Yeah, but Key Sanity is okay. I don't mind Key Sanity. Key Sanity plus all dungeons. Now that's bad. Key Sanity by itself, that's fine. I don't mind that.
Key Sanity and all dungeons is bad. You picked this. I'm trying to figure this one out.
See, I need the run back, dude. I needed the run back minus a couple swords. This was for me. This was my thing.
Did you notice that all 4 swords, quote unquote swords, were like first 15 minutes?
Yeah, they showed up pretty quick. Honestly, routing Key Sanity is really hard, especially when you have a seed like this with Castle Tower Key at Zora to get your hammer in the second chest in Castle Tower, and you have to come up with some intriguing ways to get to there when all you have is bombs and a can of Samaria. That's pretty wacky.
Yeah, that was a nice hammer location.
Honestly, I felt okay about my entire run. I was really happy with all my execution, particularly bosses, minus Ganon and Aga 2. Those were kind of bad. I keep on walking in front of Ganon, and he's facing down. I'm like, what do I do? I'm scared. I'm really happy with the one huge play that I think I made, which was after getting the Thieves Town big, I was like, and getting the mirror, I was like, I want to see if those small keys on Death Mountain, if one of them is the Thieves Town small. So I went out of my way to go get those. And then, of course, it was the one on Spec Rocks. So I was like, oh, perfect. Well, that was easy. But yeah, the second one over on Floating Island was worrying me for a while, because I spent a long time looking for at least one more T-Rock small. And, of course, the last T-Rock small was in T-Rock, and that stupid pod small key was in the vanilla big key chest in pod.
Yeah, we got a good laugh of you bombing that.
That made me bad.
Kyung actually skipped that one, and Kyung was also in Turtle Rock early because he had Bombos early.
Yeah, that was a tough one to miss, Bombos. Well, I love it that the hint for Bombos was in T-Rock, of course. That always happens. Hints are so great. I did the opposite of what I did in the last race, which was I put off Pyramid until I could do Pyramid Fairy into it and all that stuff. But Bombos being there was like, oh, all right, cool. Did he ever check Shovel? What was Shovel?
Well, Shovel was. You guys found that in a Mimic Cave. You guys both found that in the late game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
Kyong never
Kyong
found
skipped that. Yes, Kyong skipped Mimic Cave because he got the hint for unique item and just skipped it.
Yeah, there
So
wasn't.
if the Castle Tower key was Dig Spot, that would have just ended it right there.
I was tempted after getting the shovel to go check the shovel spot before, and then go back and finish T-Rock, or doing that before Cannon's Tower, but I'm so glad I didn't. Ooh. I'm also really glad I didn't do right side GT. I thought about it, but I was worried about my key count in GT since I went in with only, 2, I think? So.
Yeah, I think so.
I went right side because I had to.
Oh.
Because
Well.
when you do right side first, it's key neutral, and left side you spend the key doing everything. So I prefer doing right side first.
Okay. Did you do tile room? Oh,
But
man.
it's funny that you guys really evened out on your collection rates in the end. 177 for Willard, 178 for Kyong.
Yeah, that's impressive.
So, yeah, Willard, you did a few more overworld checks like Mimic Cave and Cave 45 and a few other things like that, in part because you had the mirror earlier.
Yeah, I don't think I
then
skipped
Kyong did the right side.
any... I don't think I skipped any overworld in the end.
I had left side swamp, pyramid fairy, the vanilla big key, pods before I went to GT and Mimic Cave.
Oh, wow. So you made up a lot of time skipping that stuff. That's good.
Yeah, that was definitely a time save for Kyong towards the end, not checking the vanilla big key and pod.
Yeah, I mean, going into pod with only 3 keys is enough to do all of it. Check at least one of the...
Yeah, the thing is, I ended up opening the first door on my first trip. There, which I had 3 keys, I think. And when I came back, because I was clearing Eastern, I may as well just clear pod as well. I only had 1 extra key for the boss, so I had to orphan that location.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you did also double dip pod, Kyong, so that probably affected things since you went through the first time without the bow.
Anywho, GG's to both these runners. They will be having their game 3 sometime within the next couple of days. Tomorrow we're going to have a game 2 between Andy and Ferrame.
Ferrame.
They'll be having their game 2 tomorrow at 6 or 6:30ish.
6:30.
Check the schedule for more details.
Yeah, it'll be on Speed Gaming, but channel TBA.
I mean, everybody knows it's the best channel on Speed Gaming. Come on, hashtag Cinco.
Yeah.
All right, any last words, Willard and Kyong?
Hopefully the bot gives us something funny. Thanks, guys, for commentating and tracking, and thank you guys for watching. And GG's to Kyong. Today was a surprise. I'll take it.
Yeah, GG's, and thank you guys for the restream. Always appreciated.
Yeah, shout out to our tracker Vince Easter and my co-com Drossi1. Fantastic job as always.
Yeah, great working with you as well. Again, give both of our follow. Also, there are 6 Speed Gaming channels, 1 through 6. Give them a follow. There's a lot of good programming on here. Link to the past and otherwise.
Chat wants swordless retro.
We haven't seen retro in a while.
No, I've gone this whole tournament without playing a single retro. I'm going to veto retro just so I can live the dream.
All right. On behalf of everyone here at Speed Gaming, this is Anime Rambler saying so long and have a good night.